since I've been sitting here watching movies and trying to entertain myself, I wanted to talk today about actors. The actors in movies, as you know, like if you know me, I love watching movies. I'm a lot of a mainstream guy, but I like these offshoots. As I'm finding more and more on Prime and Netflix, there are movies that you just don't hear about. I saw a good one yesterday called Unlocked. It was on Prime, I believe. I don't remember what movie channel it was, but Unlocked with Noomi Rapace, with Michael Douglas, no less, and what's John Malkovich. It was very good. Check it out if you see. But the point of this today is what I want to talk about is my taste in actors. Now, there's a lot of great actors and there's a lot of good actors, but there's only one actor that I truly don't like, and it actually every time this person is in a movie, I can't watch the movie. It's just disgusting. And anyway, that's going to go later. First, I'm going to tell you who I do like. But anyway, before I get into that, forget it. I'm going to get into that. I know you're going to laugh at me. My daughter laughs at me all the time. My daughter Alexandra is also, she's big on entertainment. She's a singer. She's a songwriter. She's a painter. That's her stuff. And that's the early stuff. It's not framed yet, but I'll get to it. That's when she first started out, and I love it. And you got to see her stuff now. I think she has it on Instagram. She posts. Art, Soul, and Magic is her Instagram. So go on there and you can check out all her artwork. She also self-taught herself. Self-taught herself. Anyway, she taught herself how to play piano, ukulele, the guitar. And she's very talented person. So we talk about movies once in a while. She's not as big in movies as I am, but every time we have this conversation about best actors, she laughs at me, and I'm sure most of you laugh at me too. I believe that the best actor of my generation, which because he's about my age too, is Tom Cruise. Now wait. Don't go crazy. I think he's one of the greatest actors that I've ever seen, personally. But my favorite all-time actor is Gregory Peck. Now, I was little when Gregory Peck was doing movies, but what an intense actor. If you don't know who Gregory Peck is, look him up, see a couple of his movies. It's just awesome. He's just great. But Tom Cruise, let me get back to Tom Cruise. I love Tom Cruise. I love most of his movies. And the thing that I appreciate about him the most is that when he does a film, it's him. But you believe that he's playing the character that he's playing. But he doesn't change anything about himself. Nothing. Now, Richard Dreyfuss said it best. He said, and I'm going to paraphrase here, but I don't remember word for word. He said the likes that, as an actor, he's talking about, they have a job to do. He says everybody knows when they go into a movie theater, they got to suspend belief for a couple of hours to enjoy the movie. And if you go into a movie and you buy it all, you have no reservations, it's just for those 2 hours, you're in that world, and it's believable and it's enjoyable, then actors have done their jobs. Nobody's better than that than Tom Cruise. I mean, Pete Mitchell, he's Pete Mitchell. Ethan Hunt, he's Ethan Hunt. Captain Gage, he's the captain. I mean, it was a major. I think it was a major. That was in the movie, the one that he lives the day over and over and over and over and over and over again for like hundreds and hundreds of times, which actually, what was it go? Edge of Tomorrow, which actually doesn't make sense in the long run, but anyway, it doesn't matter. It was good enough to suspend belief for a while to enjoy. I love that movie. It was a great movie. Great actors in it. Emily Blunt, she was awesome. Okay, Bill Paxton is one of his last movies, I believe. Was rest in peace, another one. Anyway, great acting, wonderful. And Tom Cruise's my favorite Cruise movie was Collateral with Jamie Foxx, where he plays Vincent, this hitman. If you haven't seen it, I don't care. You hate Tom Cruise, whatever. Watch that movie, even just to watch Jamie Foxx. It was great. Hands down, one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life. I love that movie. It is awesome. And, you know, the one movie I just particularly didn't care for of his was Far and Away with his, I don't know if he was married to her, with Nicole Kidman, where he tried to do this accent. It was god-awful. I couldn't watch it. I didn't even see it. He was so bad in that. But then I think he tried it once and he never did it again, because every movie he's in, he's Tom Cruise. And he pulls it off over and over and over again. And he's an American actor, which I love. I think American movies should be chock full of American actors. I mean, I don't begrudge it. I'm just being I'm just being tribal that I prefer American actors in American movies, but they're not all American movies, so I could see. But still, the foreigners who play roles with American accents, I don't know how they do it. They fool me all the time. Now, Hugh Jackman. I mean, I'm not big on the comic book movies, on superhero movies. It just doesn't do anything for me. I grew up, like I said before, I told you before, I didn't read comics. I had no idea. It was a different world for me. But I loved Wolverine. I loved all the Wolverine movies because Hugh Jackman was great. He was great. And then I heard him in an interview once, and he's talking with this accent. I think he's Australian or something, right? And I was like, oh my God, really? Really? And it happens to me all the time. Gary Oldman, oh gosh. You know, I don't know. I guess I'm proud when I see a great American a great actor who's an American actor, and they're not. And I'm like, yeah, right. This is, I don't know. It's just, whatever. Take it as with a grain of salt. That's just me. So, that's my take on the best actors. There's a lot of great actors around. And I'm making a point now. If you've seen The Matrix, and I believe if you love films, most of you have seen The Matrix. There were just hundreds of actors in it. Hundreds. There was so many. I mean, besides the main A-listers, you know, Lawrence Fishburne. You want to see a Lawrence Fishburne? Watch Apocalypse Now, when he's just a 17-year-old kid. He's great then. I mean, I love watching them when they're really young, and how great they get as they do more and more film. The better and better they get. And Kristen Stewart, I was never a big fan of. I saw that movie of hers, Underwater. She was really good. The movie was, you know, it's been done like 8,000 times already, the storyline. But she was very good in it. I tell you, she got a lot better than she was. So in The Matrix, they had all these actors. And I mean, none of them, they had their A-listers and their B-listers. I think they even had, you know, C-listers. They pulled them, they might have been cousins and brothers, but they acted. They were good. You knew what they were trying to do. They were a little stiff, but they were acting. And you could see it. You couldn't actually, not that you could see it, it didn't take you out of the movie. It didn't take you out of the movie. It didn't take me out of the movie anyway. But, you know, it kept me in there. And, you know, people can be stiff. I mean, if you meet people, everywhere you meet people, not everybody's like exuberant and ready to tell you their life story. They're not. You know that. I know that. Some people are a little stiff around people. So you could trick the thing. That's why it didn't bother me so much. I understood that. I guess subconsciously I understood it because it didn't bother me. And by the way, I only liked The Matrix, the original one. The other two were okay. But I needed to see it because I wanted to see how it ended. But that's what I mean. I mean, actors. Okay, so now to the meat of this thing. What my daughter makes fun of me about all the time. Both ways. What I like? I think the worst actor out today that I guess is supposedly an A-lister, who we see all the time, who's on the cover of magazines, and who can't act if his life depended on it. He is the worst. Every time he comes on screen and I see him, I'm like, what are we doing? What is he doing? A vlog or something on the big screen? I know who he is. He doesn't change anything. Dr. Man, Interstellar. Ugh. So I guess you know now who I'm talking about. Matt Damon. He is the worst actor that we have on screen today. The worst. He can't act. He's not an actor. Every time he plays a role, like James Francis Ryan, I see Matt Damon. I don't see any Private Ryan. I see Matt Damon. An accent. Invictus. Oh my God, he tried to do a South African accent? Come on, give me a break. I didn't see it. I can't watch it, but I assume it was South African that he was trying to do. You want to see an actor do a South African accent and nail it? There's a movie called Blood Diamond with Leo DiCaprio and Digimon Hounshu. I think they pronounce his name. Another fabulous actor. Leo DiCaprio nailed the Afrikaans, the way the South Africans speak. And I know this because friends of my parents are from South Africa, and that's how they speak. So, there you go. I mean, Leo DiCaprio is another fabulous actor. I love it. I mean, it's great. Matt Damon, please. And I can't watch a movie he's in. I can't watch a movie. I sat down and watched Interstellar because I like the science fiction-y stuff. I don't like reading about movies before I see them. I may know who the star is or a couple of the actors because I knew about Matthew McConaughey and Anne Hathaway, two good actors. I love those actors. But I don't want to know anymore. I don't want to know the storyline. I hear it's very good. It's science fiction with A-listers in it. I want to watch it. That means the money was spent on it, so the CGI should be really good. Anyway, and I like that. I like the visuals. I like when there's nice visuals, or like really super duper visuals, like, Avatar. But Avatar as a movie was Dances with Wolves in Outer Space and a lot of other similar movies. But it was the 3D that was spectacular. That was great. And I'll tell you, as a movie itself, Avatar was old story, archetypal, if you will. It's just, the natives are smarter than the establishment and yada, 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 blah, 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 whatever. You know what I mean, and it's been played out, but the effects were great. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I don't even know how I got sidetracked with that. So I'm watching Interstellar, and they go to this planet, this was really cool. The first planet they go to has got this giant wave, and they're there for 23 years or something. I mean, it's ridiculously crazy. But, if you sit down and try to figure out the black hole, Neil deGrasse Tyson explains it, but, I'm getting old. I grasp some of it, but whatever. And then they go to this other planet, and they find Dr. Man. Oh, my God. How can he be so more obvious than that? Dr. Man. And he was awful. He sucked. He ruined the movie for me. Same with Private Ryan. I didn't know anything about that movie. Nothing. I knew Tom Hanks was in it, and that's it. I didn't want to learn any more. But I kept hearing all these great things about it. All World War II veterans that went to see it, and they couldn't even watch it after a while. It was so true to life, and it was very effective. I wanted to see it. It was very personal. My grandfather served during World War II, but anyway, I had to see it. So I was watching this movie, and I was like actually withdrawn. It was really incredible what Spielberg did. It was something else, honestly. Until they got to Private Ryan, and it turned out to be Matt Damon. It was like, oh, I'm done. You just ruined one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life, and you just ruined it. Anyway, the reason I'm saying this is because in that movie is where it first struck me how bad he is. Because there's a scene with Tom Hanks and him sitting around in the lull when they're trying to prepare this town for the Germans, because they're supposed to come for this bridge, and they need to protect that bridge. So Private Ryan, he starts telling Captain Miller about his brothers. And it was the phoniest relaying of a story that I've ever heard in my life. It was stupid. It was ridiculous. His inflections were wrong. His emotions were wrong. It just didn't fit what he was saying and how he was saying it. It just didn't mesh. And there's a scene in this movie, and there's a point in this scene where the camera's on Tom Hanks, and he's like looking away from. He's looking to the side. Now, what's funny is, I saw a video on YouTube about this this movie. I don't know if it was a flattering movie or whatever, to be, they were praising it. Okay, that scene, Matt Damon improvised. Don't actors sharpen cut their teeth on improvising? Well, he was the worst ever. He can't improvise, and he can't deliver lines that are written for him. And that little snippet I was telling you about Tom Hanks looking over to the side. Tom Hanks was looking at Spielberg to see if they should let him continue. And if you look at the expression on his face, you're like, he wasn't much impressed with Damon either. That's my personal opinion. I'll give you something else to think about. Every movie Matt Damon has been in, and I didn't see him, but I looked them up, where he's like the main character. There's always bigger A-listers in the film, like Morgan Freeman, Michael Caine, Jodie Foster, even, I'll tell you, John Lithgow, even Dennis Farina I would claim is a bigger star than him. And think about this. Do you actually believe that Matt Damon could have been the lead in I Am Legend? I mean, Matt Damon is a lot of things, but he's no Will Smith. Will Smith carried that movie all by himself. His co-star was a dog who was a better actor than Matt Damon. Hey, you can hate me, but this is what I see. My opinion, that's the only actor in Hollywood that bothers me to no end. How does he keep getting work? Is he that good looking, people think? That he's worth it? He sucks as an actor. I mean, he may be a nice guy. I mean, feeds his fish, takes his dogs for a walk, loves his kids, treats his wife like a queen. Great. That's fine. So, but I don't know. I guess God smiled on him and he got what he wanted. So, whatever. That's just my take on it. My personal opinion. I'm not pushing it on anybody, but this is what I think. And the Oscar goes to Tom Cruise. All day. Anyway, be good to each other. Take care of yourselves. And enjoy yourselves. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.